right here on Spectrum Sportsnet. We say hello and welcome back to the Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Mally Clifton, joined by the one and only Hall of Famer, Big Game James Worthy, the five-time champ himself, Derek Fisher. Guys, a lot of NBA action today. You got Masters Sunday going on, and we've made it to 82. Great day, right? I'm feeling good.
Yeah, and I just want to say, yeah, it is the last game of the season. The Lakers have secured third place. I understand, obviously they're not playing a lot of people. So I just, for the record, I'm gonna have one eye on the game, and I'm damn sure gonna be watching the Masters just come on right now. So if I say, like Rory gets 3 steals or something like that, you'll understand. But yeah, it's the end of the season, and look, it's great that you have achieved what you wanted to. And you get to rest some guys. You get some rest next week. But the guys who are playing, coaches' minds are always going. Get the most out of it, because there's, get the most out of it, because you're going to be called upon in the playoffs from time to time. So that's the only way I can look at it. Start getting your mind prepared for, the finals. It's the finals now. So you gotta pass the test. So these upcoming weeks, gotta tell your family. I'm not going to be as available. Give me some space, and get ready, because it's wartime now. These next month or so, it's time to get serious and get down to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, a couple things. One, this feeling that they have walking into the building today, like this is how you used to start to plant your flag as one of the better teams in the league. Right, like you're striving for rest, and just like when the playoffs start, the sooner you can get a series over, the better, so that you can start to rest and recover, and then plan and prepare for the next round. So for them to get this experience now is good. Take advantage of it, like James said. Secondly, most of the guys that are going to get minutes today, they may not play a ton in the postseason. But there's going to be a minute and 12 seconds that Jordan Goodwin could come in and change a playoff game, that Bronny James could come in for one defensive possession, get a steal, go down, and still be on offense in a big game. So they still have to play these minutes as though they matter, and we're pretty sure they will.
You talk about telling your family, look, I need some space over these next 2.5 months, right? I just did that to a friend today. Asked me going to a Beyonce concert. Look, I'll talk to you in June. I may be just doing the media side, but I am locking in just as much.
Don't do that, Allie. Don't do that on TV like that. Nope.
Hey, there are some exceptions, indeed. But when they tell me I have to be here, I'm here. Let's take a look at the West play-in and playoff picture. If it ended as is right now, obviously we've had our eye on this bracket for a long time, but what you need to know, all 30 teams in action going on right now in some sort of way, with 7 seeds still to be determined in the West heading into today's games, which of course includes who will the Lakers face in the first round. As we have mentioned, they have locked up the 3 seed in the West. So we'll talk more about playoff matchups in a bit, guys. But first, the goals along the way, the Lakers handling business. We heard it a lot down the stretch. They said they wanted to get into the playoffs, no play-in. And then JJ made it very clear for the last month or so that he wanted the 3rd seed, and they did just that. Fish, I'll start with you. How do you view that responsibility when you think of this checklist along the way to getting to the top, right? You check that one off. How do you view the way they handled that responsibility, putting themselves in this position?
I mean, I think you view it as a positive sign towards what the team is capable of when they decide, this is who we are and this is what we want to go after. That's a big part of putting together a really good NBA season. Like, most teams aren't just rolling the ball out when game 1 starts and hoping and wishing to win 50-plus games. There's a very specific approach to the season, how you manage players offensively and defensively, adjustments that you're making throughout the season. Winning 50-plus games in this league is not easy, regardless of which conference you're in, but in particular in the West. So this team has shown over the last month, when we're determined and fixed on a particular goal or shared mission, we can accomplish it. And so that's something that they can put in the bag and take into this postseason stretch.
For sure. Given what they've gone through, the rotation of players in and out, changing of coaching. And, I think all the coaches, in my opinion, did well while they were here, given the circumstances that they had. the Lakers want to win. They can continue to make changes. And I think, given what they've been able to accomplish this year with the players they've had, waiting on Vanderbilt to come back, making a big trade. And usually when you make a big trade like that, it takes time to kind of make that gel. But they seem to have, really, bought into the system and gel quicker than most. IQ of Luka had a lot to do with that. And Vinny and Vanderbilt also. That's something to really, is an incentive and something you can put in your pocket and hold on to.
Someone who's going to be a very busy man today. We get you live to Portland for the final game of the regular season. Lakers reporter Mike Trudell, he is first on the floor as always and has plenty on his watch today. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up, Allie? I mean, honestly, it's actually a pretty easy, low-key day. Yes, we will be scoreboard watching. I will not be watching the Masters like James. We'll have the main one, right? The Warriors and the Clippers. Then we'll have the Wolves on, and then we'll have the Nuggets on. And we know that Houston is actually playing everybody. So a lot of intrigue as to where the Lakers might end up in terms of who they're going to play. But for this one, it's really just going to be about how many shots is Dalton Knecht going to take today. I asked him that later. In the meantime, for J.J. Redick, what is he thinking about for this one? Are there any areas of focus? And you know that he is actually excited, of course, being J.J. Redick, to see what kind of permutations he can throw out there with the Lakers rotation today. So here's J.J.
I'm excited to coach. We're obviously allowing today to be an opportunity to manage guys who are working through injuries and have been for some guys like Doe all season. So it's an opportunity for guys like Bronny and Shake and Keefe to play meaningful minutes. And I think all those guys for the last 4 to 6 weeks have been really, really good in our stay ready games. So I think we'll play well, and it'll be fun to coach.
I'm sure you'll be just locked in on the game. And at the same time, there are 3 games in the West that could all end up in 3 different places. But are you just gonna? They'll tell you when the game.
We're gonna play who we're gonna play. It's out of our control.
JJ, when the season started, we had the moment, it feels like forever ago, with LeBron and Bronny together. And there's been a ton of discussion about Bronny and sort of his place in this league. I'm just curious, big picture, like how you think he's handled his rookie season and the steps he's taken as a pro in his first crack at it.
I give him an A+. How he has personally handled a lot of attention, good and bad. He doesn't ever break character. He's the same guy every day, and he doesn't allow the good attention to get to him. He doesn't allow the bad attention to get to him. And he just continues to work. I thought Zach and his staff did a phenomenal job with him when he was down with the South Bay Lakers. He's improved, and you can see, and we saw this particularly. I went to some early games and seeing his confidence grow from October, November to, really that second part of the G League season post-showcase was phenomenal. And I think every time he's been on the court for us in the second half of the season, you can see that level of confidence and level of comfort. And I mean, he's a guy you can tell things to, and they don't let it affect their work or their attitude. I've told him I'm very high on him long term, being a part of our rotation.
All right, so there's J.J. Redick, and now what we will be thinking about, and he will not after these playoff scenarios. So I could have even simplified this more. Basically, it's the Lakers against the Warriors if the Warriors win. Just to be technical, though, we included that if the Nuggets win or the Rockets win, they play each other. So whatever happens in that game doesn't matter if the Warriors win, it will be against the Warriors. Then it will be the Wolves if the Wolves, the Clippers, and the Nuggets win. So the Clippers, of course, playing the Warriors. That's the pivot game. And then there is the chance that they would be the Nuggets for a third straight year that they would play. That would be if the Wolves win, if the Clippers win, and if the Rockets win. So if the Nuggets lose to Houston, and then the aforementioned Wolves and Clippers victories. So we will know all of this probably, well, not necessarily right before the game is, but we'll have a good idea at least in the fourth quarter tonight based on how those games are going. And then really the second that last game ends, guys, is when we'll know who the Lakers will face, who will be that number 6 seed to take on the 3-seeded Lakers.
We're going to dive into all of those matchups here in just a moment. But the fact that you just rattled that off the top of your dome, Mike Trudell, I appreciate you so much. We'll talk to you later in the show.
Well, it's much more fun than the play-in scenarios that I had to master the last couple of years. So I'll just say that, Allie.
Facts. Spitting facts. The man of the hour. Keep it here for Lakers regular season finale in Portland. Dalton Knecht should get plenty of shots today. He's been sharp since the break. 41% from 3 for the last couple of months. We'll talk to the Rook a bit later in the show. And coming up on Access, the Lakers got the 3 seed and now await their next opponent. Up next, AR tells you why the